Okay, the first thing we're going to do in flip class 1 is factor out the greatest common factor. Now, just so you know, greatest common factor is often referred to as GCF. So when we say GCF, that's what we're looking for. Factoring is the opposite of multiplying out using the distributive property. Okay, so just what we did in the last chapter when we took something like x times x minus 8 and we multiplied and got x squared minus 8x. That's where we multiply out using the distributive property. What we're going to do now is start with x squared minus 8x and find the greatest common factor. Okay, what we mean by a factor is if I take something like 10, factors of 10 are 2 and 5. Or also you could have done 1 and 10. So 1, 2, 5, and 10 are all factors of 10. So when you look at x squared, we can get that by doing x times x, 8x, you can do 8 times x or 2 times 4 times x, any of those. So what we're doing is taking out the greatest common factor. What goes into both x squared and 8x? And x. That would be your common factor. And then we're going to write what is left over in parentheses. Well, this right here, you know from over here, we multiply. What's the opposite of multiply? You divide. So when we divide, we would take x squared divided by x. You know from exponent rules, 2 minus 1 is 1. And then minus 8x divided by x, your x's cancel, you have 8. When you are factoring, you can always multiply back out to check your work. You should multiply back out, get what you started with, x squared minus 8x, and you know you factored it correctly. Okay, so another example, for h times 3h minus 5. If we multiply that out, 12h squared minus 20h, that's multiplied out. So now if we take 12h squared minus 20h, what goes in to both 12 and 20? Factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Factors of 20, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So 4 went into each of them. Alright, so we're going to take a 4 out, and then you have h squared and h. You can take an h out of both of them. And then to get what is left over, 12h squared divided by 4h. 12 divided by 4 is 3. H squared divided by h, one of them cancels, you have 1 left over. Minus 20h divided by 4h. 20 divided by 4 is 5, your h's cancel. So it's 4h times 3h minus 5. And the last problem right here, 2m squared times 2m squared, that's 4m to the 4th. 2m squared times 3m is 6m to the 3rd, and then 2m squared times negative 5 is negative 10m squared. So if we were to start with that as a problem, and the directions said to factor, you would say, okay, what goes into 4, 6, and 10? We know that 2 goes into all of them. And then m to the 4th, m to the 3rd, and m squared. If you look at that as m to the 4th, m to the 3rd, and m squared, what could we take out of all of them? All of them at least have an m squared. Okay, so if you think about it like this, in terms of m to the 4th is 4m's, m to the 3rd is 3m's, m squared is 2m's, you can take a 2 out of each. It's typically the lowest exponent is what you're going to be taking out. So we can take out an m squared. What are we left with? 4m to the 4th divided by 2m squared. 4 divided by 2 is 2. M to the 4th divided by m squared is m squared. And then 6m cubed divided by 2m squared. 6 divided by 2 is 3. M to the 3rd divided by m squared is m. Right? You have 1 left over. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then 10m squared divided by 2m squared. 2 goes into 10 5 times. That's a minus, so it's minus. M squareds cancel. So you have 2m squared times 2m squared plus 3m minus 5. So there's 3 examples. Okay, we'll go to the next page and do another few examples. This first one, sometimes all you're factoring out is a number. This because 15 does not have any variables, there's no variables to take out. So we're going to take out a 5. What's left over? 5a squared divided by 5, you have the a squared left. And then 15 divided by 5 is 3. Alright, this next one, 10q minus 25q squared. 10 and 25 both have a 5 in it. Q and q squared both have a q in it. 10q divided by 5q, 2. And then minus 25 divided by 5 is 5. Q squared divided by q is q. And finally, this last example, except I'm going to change this to 24a squared b squared and 36ab. Because what I want to look at right now, between 24, 36, and 12, you can take out a 12. And then a squared, b squared, ab, and a, we can take out an a. What's left over? 24a squared, b squared divided by 12a. 12 goes into 24 twice. A squared and a, one of them cancels. So you have 2ab squared. Then 36ab divided by 12a. 36 divided by 12 is 3. The a's cancel, so you get 3b. And then plus 12a divided by 12a, those cancel. Okay, now when they cancel though, what is left? What is 12a divided by 12a? Not 0, they don't cancel completely, but you have a 1 left. So you need plus 1. Don't forget that. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Do not forget that 1, because when you multiply back out, if you don't have a 1 there, you miss that plus 12a. Okay, so don't forget that. I want you to try these ones. They're on your sheets. Try them, and we'll go over them in class tomorrow.